All right, all right, all right. Apologies for the delay. We are here. We are here. I'm going to
Please.
make sure I
Oh,
tag you so you'll have the information on your page as well. All right. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. So let me
my
tag
turn.
you here. We are just getting it together here. Okay. All right. Yes. Yes. I want to make sure that this on the page. Does she have access to share this on your page for you?
Mm-hmm.
Have her to share that on her on the page. So it should be on my Facebook Live, and then she'll just go to share. She can do that from your phone, right?
Yeah, we good. She can see it.
Okay, great. But I want to make sure it's on your actual page, though.
Oh yeah.
It is okay, because I don't see that it is. But
Come here, Lisa. Come here. Come here, Lisa. I know you're laid back. She want to make sure that's actually on my page, my Facebook page, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. See. Yeah, we good.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, it's my phone. It says, oh, are you talking about my page?
Yeah,
My
your
name.
actual page, because you'll see it if you're under me.
You want me to go live? Okay, I see that.
Excuse me. No, you just need to make sure you share it. So you've already clicked share.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
I just don't want your family and friends to miss the live.
You see it?
Sometimes it takes a second, but let me see. No, I don't. But if you can see it, then that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't. I don't see it on your page. Um,
Lisa, look, you ain't on my, ain't this on my page. So I went to my account and I clicked on the live part.
mhm. No, no, no. You don't click on. You clicked on the live we're on now. Yes, and then you'll hit the share. Right.
It says you can send 200 point stars and all that.
Now you'll see like, comment, share. You see
Yeah,
that?
like yeah, it's on there. People are commenting already.
Okay. So you click share, and it's on your page for sure.
You click share, it's on your page too. Share now.
Go ahead. Go ahead, do it. Just push it.
No, no, you don't click on. You click on the live.
There, I think we're sharing.
Okay. All right. Great.
You
I can see.
shared
Got
the
it.
post.
Okay.
You good?
Great, great,
You
great,
good?
great. All right. The
Look at
man,
that devil. Mm.
the man of the hour. Okay, okay, okay. Been waiting for this interview for a while, and um, and then we got a shout out to Eugene.
Yeah, my cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin. Okay, yeah. He highly recommended you, so I'm grateful for him. Had an amazing interview with him several Tuesdays back. So I'm always flattered when
Hmm.
people refer because that says a lot. Okay, yeah, I see y'all. Okay, we're here. We're here. Thanks for y'all patience. All right, well, we're going to just start off. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself for those who don't know you personally.
Okay, first
Your
of all,
name and where you're born and raised, and then your family dynamics, siblings, if you have any children, wife, things like that.
okay. First of all, I was born in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, back in the day, 1966. My name is Darnell Collins. Grew up in Hopewell, Virginia. Um, Graduated Hopewell High. Went to another college that I'm not naming at the moment, and uh, brothers. I had four brothers. Two are gone, and I have a brother and a sister that's still alive with me. That's Florence Lisa Collins, Laverne Collins Wheeler, and Timothy John Collins. And two men pens, Mrs. Fifi the Diva, Mr. Fletcher, the felon, and Miss Lisa is the wife, and that's really about it.
Okay.
And a whole bunch of friends and family.
Okay. That's always good to hear. That's always a blessing. So tell us a little bit about your history, your childhood. You grew
My
up in
childhood.
North Carolina. Yeah, you grew up in North Carolina.
Well, I was born in North Carolina and everything, but
Okay.
like I said, I was raised in like Hopewell and
Okay.
everything. And savage childhood life, basically, one thing about with me, I had asthma growing up. So most of the time, my mom or my dad, they had to rush me to Fort Lee, McKenna Hospital, stand there 3 and 4 hours because I've had asthma attacks and stuff like that. And, then when I get home, I start getting sick again. And I know that's why I love my mama because, and she used to get up, she gotta go to work and all that, but she still stay up and make sure that I'm breathing and ain't going nowhere. So give a shout out for all mamas
Yes.
and daddies too.
Yes, and that is as well. And so, did your asthma condition? Did you outgrow that, or how? What
Well,
happened?
it's somewhat outgrow, but sometimes if certain perfumes, certain chemicals, or something like that,
Can
get
trigger.
around, it triggers it. Certain flowers or that stuff they call on the ground like I call Cumin, CUMIN, something like that.
Mm,
If I cut grass and I smell that stuff, it just triggers my asthma. I
mm,
got a lot of problem going on with my allergies right now because I'm in the hospital now and I have um, a plastic surgeon team, I have a wound care team, I got a neurologist team, I got a dermatologist team, I got you name it, I done got it, and
mm.
I'm popular at BCU hospital. When I come around, they Mr. Collins back.
And so did that? How long did that go on throughout your childhood? Like around what age did you no longer have those asthma attacks?
Well, I mean, I don't have them now. It started at maybe like when I got out of that area where Hopewell is, because Hopewell was a place
Mm-hmm.
where I had a lot of chemical plants. And like Hercules, Allied, and other names and stuff like that. That you know, and by being polluted and stuff like that in the air, you could see it in the air. It's like yellow and thick.
Mm.
It's like yellow and yeah. So you're not breathing that stuff. So it was a bad place to live at the time. My father was gonna move to Colorado one time, but it was too much snow.
Mm. So you were mom and dad at this time? When did
Yeah, I
you?
was a mom and dad at that time.
Okay. So by high school, did you kind of outgrow it, or was it?
Yes, I'm kind of mostly I'm growing, but sometimes I can if I overdo it, then it might come back.
Okay. Okay. But it's in terms of having to go in and out of the hospital. That kind of
Yeah,
speaks
so
to you.
hospital is a friend of mine. I've been in hospitals all my life,
That's kind of what. That's the
and
first
plus
thing.
I was a new what you call that a preemie.
Okay.
A funny story is the day before I was born, my mom was in the at the commissary in North Carolina, and she fell down. And I think the day after I was born, December the 18th.
Mm. And so you were early. You know,
Yeah, I was early. I came
early you were?
early,
You know how many months early you were?
ma'am.
Do you know how many months early you were?
Um, I think like maybe it wasn't that long. It was like a few days, something like that.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
But they had to put me in that plastic bubble they used to put people back in the day.
okay, okay. So you're no stranger to hospitals, in other words.
No, me and hospitals been doing this since the root of through Tootie.
Mm. Okay, so now you're let's go, let's fast forward. Now you're out of school. Yes. When did you meet your lovely wife?
2019, 18.
Okay. Okay. Any children?
Two men pins.
Oh, you didn't mention that. That was your baby. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay. And so you meet your wife. And so where are you in life? You guys are newlyweds. Where are you guys living? How was things? How was life at that time?
Peters, it's there in Petersburg.
Okay. Okay. Is that currently where you are now, or
Well, right now I'm in VCU
okay?
in the hospital.
Okay. No, but I mean, like, what city?
Petersburg, yes, I'm in
Yes,
Petersburg.
okay. 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 So the job. When did you get this job that you were doing?
Well, one day I was working for another temp agency doing electrical work because I do like I was a jack of all trades and I can do a lot of stuff and plus my brother is deceased. He did a lot of electric work, so I used to go out with him, and he taught me the basics and stuff like that. So I knew how to do the basics and everything like that, and so I got a job working for a temp agency, so I get more knowledge that way. That instead of going to school, because then they could pay for my education, so that I can become an electrician. And one day, I was working and I saw a ad on the paper for work at Virginia Waste Service, and I saw it's like a trash company that was owned by Shoesmith, but Virginia Waste bought them out. And I went and talked to the guy that was at the front door. I didn't know he was the owner at the time, and by me meeting him, me and him became the best of friends. I mean, he was like a
Mhm.
father to me. His name was Fletcher Kelly. So when I go and ask him, I say, "Is it a good place to work?" He was like, "Yeah, but the owner's some crap." You know, he said he's nasty and everything. You don't want to work for him. He's from Texas, and you know how them guys from Texas are. I said, "Well, I don't like the Cowboys," and he looked at me and said, "Well, me either." And I like, okay. And so then when I went in there, he walked me in there and introduced me to the lady. And she was like, "How you doing, Mr. Fletcher?" and everything like that. So I didn't know who this guy was. So and she said, "Take care. And when you finish, make sure you put the application on my desk." So I was like, "Who is that?" She said, "Oh, he's the owner of the company." I said, "He's the owner?" He just told me, and she said he does that to a lot of people. He's real funny. So I was like, I filled the application out and everything, and I got a job, a lowly position job because I want to start from the bottom and work my way up. I was washing the tractor trailers, the dump trucks. I did some nasty work there, and I guess when you do work and people, and you not think people watching you, then I mean, like you said, you know how you doing work and stuff like that, and then people you might not think you're watching you, but they're watching you. So he
Mhm.
used to watch me a lot. And then one day, he asked an employee named Antonio, could he come over to his house and help him do some demolition work and stuff like that. And Antonio told him that, hey, I don't do that work, Mr. Kelly, but Brother Darnell, that's what he called me. He said, Brother Darnell, he does all that type of stuff. You can ask him. So almost at the end of the day, he asked me, would I want to come over there to his house and, do some work on the side. And he said, I'll pay you. And I said, okay. He said, I'll pay you $20 an hour. And that time, I think I was maybe getting like 12, 13, something like that. And so I'm getting paid now regularly, but when I leave the job, he paying me out the pocket. So, and I went and did everything he did, and his wife, I met his wife and everything, and I had to demolish her whole house. I mean, we took down spiral stairs from the third floor to the basement.
Mhm.
Um, Remodel her whole bathroom with marble and everything. We did all that work, right? And they left me in charge of the contractors because the stuff they had was very expensive.
Mhm.
And and they trusted me with their keys to their house, all that stuff in there. These are millionaires, and I'm a black man, and they really just met me, and for some reason we just clicked. And after I was finished and his wife in it, he came over there. They said, "Well, come on, we going to get something to eat." So we went and got some to eat from right around the corner because they were lived in the fan area of Richmond. And so we got some eat, and she gave me some wine and gave me a list of how you make certain wines and everything. And we were just laughing and giggling and playing. And then so the next day she told me, well, we get ready to go to Texas, so we're gonna give you the keys. We want you to be here when these contractors are here because things are getting missing, and and she had jewelry and stuff like that that she didn't want to put in the safe for some reason, but she had a whole lot of stuff. And he was a hunter, a big game hunter. He used to go to Texas, to hunt wild boars, Africa, Canada, Egypt, you name it, wherever he went there. He lived his fullest life.
Mm.
So we became the bestest friend, and then I had an operation on my shoulder because I messed up my rotator cuff, and the company at that time had split. He had went to another company that he had owned, but he sold a trash company, and what was it? County Waste bought them out. And when County Waste bought them out, and there's a lot of when change come, people in different positions that don't know you, and so they were like, okay, well, since you hurt, that we don't have no light duty, we're gonna have to let you go. So my supervisor, Mr. Paul Nobles, he was a great guy. He's a good friend of mine too. He called Mr. Kelly while they were on the player plane. And he said, yeah, asked him what we were doing. He said, we were on an airplane. He said, well, I don't want to disturb you, but maybe I can wait till later. He said, no, talk to me. He said, well, Darnell, we don't have to let him go because, we don't have no light duty work for him. And so, I mean, a lot of times when one door shut, God opened another door.
Yes, sir.
And he said, oh, you know what? He said, you tell Darnell to go see Teresa Jones tomorrow, Monday morning, and he got a job. When I get back home over on Sunday, he said, I'll get with her and tell her all the, the everything I had to do.
Mhm.
So when I get there wasn't no job for me for real. He made a job for me. He made me safety supervisor.
Mhm.
I got my own truck, got my own office, business cards, my own credit cards. That man gave me everything because of what I did for him. He was grateful for
Mhm.
me, right? And that's why I named my dog Mr. Fletcher after him. Because
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, so I mean that was like my second father since my father passed away. And um ever since then, everything was going. I got a brand new. He bought me a brand new truck. Um, Phones. They paid my phone. They did everything for me. I didn't put all my business out there, but they did everything
That's
for me.
great. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Well, you mentioned you said that
he.
they
Matter
got.
of fact, he was the person that helped me get my house.
Mm, wow. It
So I
sounds
praise him
like,
all the time, and I miss him a lot.
and it sounds like you guys met, and the energy was so in sync that you guys clicked instantly,
Yeah,
not
God
knowing
put certain
all
people in
that
the
goes
right
into
place at the
it.
right time.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, because you can't make that up. That's no
No,
coincidence.
that's real. I mean, that's
Hmm.
exactly how it happened, and I was like, wow, I mean, there came some jealousy because they were like other employees might have thought like, well, why you didn't tell me about that job? Where that job come from? We ain't had no safety supervisor because he was doing it. He basically was overseeing everything.
Oh, okay.
He knew about everything that was going on at the company and stuff like that. And when I got everywhere he went, I went, and I was just like, I guess a little puppy dog or something right behind him or whatever. I know there was names called, taunting me behind my back and stuff like
Don't
that,
even
but
matter. Don't even
it
matter
didn't even
because
matter because I
favor.
know what God had in
They
store
look, they
for
say
me.
favor ain't fair. So,
Yeah, and it's just, and sometimes I feel like I'm Joseph in the Bible.
Mm,
Uh, you went through, they get thrown in a prison or something like that, and people being harmed for you, but God got His hand on you the whole time, and He raises certain people up to do certain things.
hmm.
So that's why my faith is as strong as it is at the moment
Wow.
because I've been through a lot, and the whole time, when I look at it, it's always God. It's always God there and everything.
Right. So you speak about Mr. Fletcher in the past tense. When did he transition?
He passed, I think maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Were
it's
you
about
still
two.
were you still working for the company during the time when he passed?
What happened was, in the process of buying a house, I was on workman's comp. So they told me that you cannot get a house on a temporary disability because I wasn't fully disability and everything like that. I was still, they didn't know if I can go back to work and all that stuff like that. So what my boss is, once again, he said, listen, I'm gonna pay you a certain amount of money, and I'm gonna make sure that you get paid. If you can come to work, you can come and sit down, whatever you gotta do, whatever. And if you can't make it, Don't worry about. He took me to my doctor's appointments. He bought medical supplies and stuff for me that that I might need instantly. And if I had to wait for workman's comp to prove on it, I mean that man he done so much for me. He's just like that's when people do stuff for you, you feel grateful.
Absolutely.
And I try to do the same thing for others, that I know.
So he transitioned after your accident.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So what position were you in during the accident?
Safety supervisor.
Oh, you were still the safety supervisor. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So what can you recall? You know how some people say things like, I mean, and you may hear all sorts of uh, phrases people use when something happened. They say, "Oh, I kind of felt something that morning," or "Something felt off when I got in my car." Do you have any inkling of a feeling
Well, I mean,
that
that
made
morning
you
I
feel?
got up right. I had to get up real early and everything, and
Mhm.
it was a safety meeting day. So I got my fresh white shirt on, my little company hat, and my little I forgot I don't think I had my Timberlands on, but I had some a nice work boots on and everything. I'm all clean, dressed up like my boss, so like the black version of my boss and everything. So and we did a safety meeting, but the guys that work on the landfill pushing the trash, they didn't attend the meeting because they had to be there at like 6 o'clock to make sure when the 6 o'clock was there, them trucks was coming in there and dumping trash and going. So they weren't there and they didn't attend the meetings like everybody else was, the
Was
non-essential
was that
people.
unusual?
Well, what they usually do after that, we'll try to get them in um like later that day. Cause we get somebody to go up there. The non-essential
Mhm.
people that can do the same job, swap them out.
Okay.
Yeah, but you had at least 3 people up there, and it not sometimes it'd be real dark. And when it started, like night
It was so
daylight
early.
saving times, and when it gets real dark, we work in trucks and stuff coming in.
Okay. Okay. So did anything feel off though for you?
Well,
That
like I said, I got up early that morning and everything. The day before, got my hair cut and everything, talking trash to friends and stuff like that. Like I'm going to
everything
Miami
felt normal.
and have a ball and
Oh.
this and that, and day the meeting and stuff like that. And I was just going by my own day. But this one dude, his name is I can't think of his name at the top of my head, but he always told me, Donnell, watch out for these trucks and things, man, because they don't be looking sometimes and blah blah. He always told me that, and I said, I got you, I got you, I got. He
Mhm.
told me that several times, watch out for backing up equipment and stuff,
Mhm.
and and I did, but that certain day I was just doing inventory, making sure like when the trucks come in and dump stuff, because we had to do stuff like for DEQ, like make sure like there ain't no gasoline coming in, no freon and certain chemicals and stuff like that in the landfill. They could be not dissolvable or was dangerous. So I'm doing that, and by I'm doing that, I got trucks on my certain area where I want to do. But when other truck drivers see that the other trucks dumping right there and they can get in, they were coming in that area and dumping and leaving. And so the bulldozer operator, they had to come over to where I was to move the trash out the way. And they used to get mad at me and tell them they don't dump the trash in a certain area, but they would dump the trash where they want it and keep it going because they like on time limit how many loads they supposed to do a day and whatever. And some of the contractors, they got paid by how many by the
Low.
hour or
Mhm.
certain loads or whatever they did that day.
Mhm.
And so I was just doing one thing, and the next thing I know, I felt like a slug, a snag, like it grabbed my shoestring or something like that, and I fell on the ground so hard that I broke 3 of my ribs, and then he ran the bulldozer over my backside, and I would like to show you some pictures, well, on my back, my leg. Hold on. You know how you step on a bug
Mhm.
when you step on a bug and it go like that?
Mhm.
So when the bulldozer rolled over my leg, it ran all the way up to the top and it shot my butt off. I do not have a butt cheek. That's what I'm in the
Mhm.
hospital for right now. They're trying to restore it. And
Mhm.
because sitting on it, I'm sitting on just bone and skin drafts.
Mhm.
Yeah, so and that's the reason I'm here now. And then I didn't feel no pain or nothing like that, but I knew I said, God, please, God, Lord, just don't let me die like this. Don't let me die like this. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about it, God was still in the making because the day before it rained. And when it rained, the trash was soft, like real soft and everything like that. So when he ran over me, I sunk in the trash. So
Mm.
in a way, trash saved me. But I say it's God because he performed the rain before to make the ground soft. So when he ran on top of me, I sunk in the ground, and the driver would have went ahead of me, like been over me because this is tracks. These are steel tracks, like about that thick, tank tracks. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? There was tank tracks that was on my body, on my back for at least 15 or 20 seconds. Because one of the drivers got out and said, hey, you ran over Darnell, you ran over Darnell. And he didn't really understand. So when he got out to see what the heck he ran over, and then when he saw me, he was like, like in shock because there's blood, there's all this human stuff that was inside me that's now on the ground. So I think somebody else had to get in the bulldozer. This is just some people was telling me the different stories, but
Mhm.
they said somebody else had to get in the bulldozer and pull up. And when they pull up, bulldozers don't have like tires you turn. So when he got in it and to try to get me off, all he really had to do was back up, and it would have kept going and it would have been off
Mhm.
me. But he turned it. So he's like turn, and when he turned it, he ripped my insides of my
Yeah.
my lower groin, and thank God again, he missed all my private goodies. He missed all of that. Thank you, Lord Jesus. and I got reconstruction all through there. I had close to over 60 operations and procedures. I just had one done, emergency operation this December the 31st, because the procedure that we was working on, it compromised. And by it compromised, they had to do emergency surgery. And man, I'm here now. And the things I've been through is unbelievable. I don't know if you know about leeches. I had leeches sucking my butt
Mm.
and get away for the blood and stuff like that. And it was like, what? And I'm not really scared of bugs, but I didn't want that thing crawling on my butt or anything like that. And you know what I'm saying? And
So what kind
I'm
of
faced on my stomach,
medical
I'm on
procedure
my
is
stomach
that?
laying down, and I feel this thing wiggling and all that. I don't have a lot of sensation, but when you feel certain sensation stuff like that, and you on your face, and you can't move because, oh man, it had me going crazy. I'm fussing and everything, and get that off me. Is it still on me? Well,
Mm.
I don't. But thank God I don't do the leeches anymore. As of
But
the day, they stopped the leeches.
what is that medical procedure called?
I'm not for sure what it's called, but
So they actually put leeches on you
yeah, they
to
put leeches
suck
on.
out blood?
It's leech therapy.
Oh, hmm. Wow.
Yeah, so they had that on. They took so I passed that now because I guess the wound is healing a little bit better. I'm not supposed to lay on that side at all where they're doing the reconstruction because the swelling, and they want it to be save much as it can. So and in the process, it's healing.
Mhm.
Thank God, it's healing a little bit. But as I've been through a lot. I had the trait. I was in a coma for 5 months. Uh, I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to talk. I had to learn how to eat, drink. I didn't have no memory of a lot of stuff because I was gone so long. I didn't know the assets in my account. But my brother who passed away, Robert Jr., known as Pumpkin to a lot of people, he stepped up and took care of my situation. And then there's a friend of mine, Felicia Pierce. She just jumped in and she was there, and she was like, Florence Nightingale, I guess at that time, taking care of me and everything like that. And it was like good people was there at the right time. And I had everybody that was on my team looked like they were just got out of college, looked like Doogie Housers. Like, are you old enough to know about this and that? And they'd be like, sir, I'm like 30 something. I'd be like, but you look like you 19. Be
Mhm.
sure. And the good thing about it as well, when I did get the accident, I'm going back a little bit, that when the accident occurred, the police officer came, and the employees that, they were like telling them, don't call no ambulance, get the helicopter. We need a helicopter. And one of the employees named Tim Inge, he was a supervisor. He almost got locked up because he was fussing to, damn, him and them say gonna work. We need to get a helicopter. So they had to escort him off the premises a little bit so that, they could do what they had to do. And then when the ambulance got there, the paramedics that just got out of college and school and stuff like that for maybe a year or two. So they still have the knowledge of how much fentanyl and proper medication to keep me stable until I got to VCU. And after that, I didn't know anything. I was just done. They had me on so much medication. I didn't know if I was alive. I didn't know I was in heaven. I didn't know I was in hell. I didn't know nothing. I was having so many crazy dreams and stuff like that. I was like, man, what is going on? And then when I finally came through, I had a colostomy bag on me. I couldn't eat. I didn't know people, and it was just I was like, "Where am I? Am I in heaven? Am I gonna see Jesus? I'm in hell. What's going on?" And so I didn't know anything, but I stayed there for 5 months. And like I said, I had a colostomy bag. I got 3 pins in my pelvis because my pelvis broke in half. My foot, there's no function in my foot. They got so many pins and rods in there that they had to do several operations, and it was like a wrestling match because the doctor, the surgeons were like, "Okay, we're gonna stop the bleeding and get him stable first." And when they got that done, then the people came in to readjust my pelvis because my pelvis was broken in half, and by them having to doing it fast, one leg is higher than the other, and with my foot, there's a doctor, Dr. Pate. He told me, what do you want to do with your leg? Do you want us to amputate it or what? Because we don't know if we can save it or not. And I couldn't talk still. And my brother said that was up to me. He made me do the answer, right? And so I like, he said, because I was still up and I can know what's going on. So I told him to save it. And by the praise of God and him knowing his knowledge and everything, I can walk on my leg and everything. It swells up a lot real bad. And I mean, my foot be so big. And like you had the pictures on there of my foot, but all the operations and stuff that I had on that, and I still go and see him about my foot. I go to pain management. I see a psychiatrist. I got what you call a PSTD or whatever it is. I got all that because of certain noises that I hear, right, it triggers it. And sometimes if I hear like beep beep beep, I'll be like just it does stuff to me. And I mean, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Like I said, God is still in the miracle business. And one time I was talking to him, right? Saying, God, if you do this for me, blah, 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 I'll do whatever you want me to do. Use me, Lord. If you can use anything, Lord, use me like the song said. And I guess he took it to the point that, okay, you said it, I'm going to show you what's going through it. He said, I'm going to let some stuff happen to you, but I got to still let people know that there is a God. And I'm not trying to push any religion on nobody, but I know what worked for me and why I'm still here. I can't say Muhammad ain't the one. I can't say Buddha or whoever, because I mean, if that's who's doing stuff in your life, then that's what's doing in your life. But I still know there's only one God, one Savior. And because when I call Jesus, please save me, I'm here. And trust me, when you go through operations and stuff like that, and I come out with blisters on my hands so bad that it looked like I've been burnt.
Mm.
I mean, if I got pictures and stuff like that, but they so grotesque. And I don't want to put it on there like that so people like I can't see that because a lot of people can't see that stuff like that. And
Wow.
like I said, for the New Year's, I was in the hospital, just had an operation, doped up and everything, and didn't know what was going on. But like they say, I'm still here, like the Williams brothers say, I'm still here.
Yeah. Wow. That
And I just had a great team, and people see me, oh, well, dang, you don't look like you've been in no accident. I said, looks are deceiving. I look like one of them mama pop car dealerships on the side. They got the rims and, tinted windows and everything, look good. But when you try to drive, they going to go by 2 miles, they going to conk out on you. Because I cannot walk but a certain amount of distance without it hurting so bad.
mm,
And at the moment, I can't sleep myself on my side because the procedure. I would show y'all that, but y'all be like, ugh, I got tubes coming out my butt and everything.
Mm. And so you're in constant pain.
Yes. And they give me certain pain medicine, but I try not to do it because, like, an average person pain level might be five. I mean, like, if your pain level is five, mine's maybe a one. Or if yours is a 10, it might be a four or three. That's how much pain that I can endure. Because I'd be like, well, if I was had a bulldozer on my back, I know I can, this right here. But sometimes I do get my baby moments because I am spoiled and everything like that. And yes, I'm a Sagittarius. So I am spoiled and everything. And
Mm. So you mentioned not really feeling any pain, right?
right.
So I'm trying to.
What kicked in was how they say it, when your body shut down.
Hmm.
I can't think of the name I'm looking for. It's like there's some type of system in your nervous system or something like that. It just shut
Shuts down.
down. So I don't know. I'm not that terminology with medical, but my body went in shock. That's
In
what it
shock.
is.
Yeah.
My body went in shock. It shut down everything, and by that shutting down everything like that, then that gave the paramedics and the people the opportunity and time to do what they had to do. Because the paramedics, they told me that you was responsive, you were talking, you were doing this. I don't remember any of that.
Mm.
I don't even remember getting in there. And when I was on the landfill, now this is a landfill, so I'm in an area that where a ambulance couldn't go. So they had to get sheets, because the gurney couldn't go through all that. They had to get
Oh.
sheets, put me in the sheets, walk through a landfill that's like mud and dirt and everything like that to get to me, and still they got trucks and stuff in the way trying to you be nosy and see what's going on. And there was they trying to move out the way. People, the employees, they were like cussing and everything. This is what guys told me, telling people get out the way and this and that. We got to do this, and they like maybe 6 or 8 people. They volunteers that was carrying me from the landfill to the gurney where the ambulance was to get me in the ambulance to take me to DC.
Mm.
So there's a lot of people, who did a lot of stuff to help me and stuff like that as well.
So you say you didn't really recall anything because your body was in shock and was pretty much out of it. Sounds like mentally and physically, right?
Right,
And so, at what moment did reality set in? Like, because I knew you were kind of out of it for about 5 months, right?
right. I was in DC
So,
for 5 months.
um, so when did you come to, I guess, your senses that this happened? Did you? So when you first woke up, did you know what? Did you recall what happened, or you just
I didn't know nothing. Last thing I remember was and this is the only thing I remember. I was on that bulldozer. I thought I was dead. So plus I was having dreams, and I was like, where am I? I'm
Mm-hmm.
dreaming about certain people, certain dreams, and the medicine they had me on fentanyl and um, Dilatas, oxys, you name it, I had it.
So it probably had you
Because
hallucinating.
because the pain was so excruciating, and it tried to keep me calm. So I didn't even do nothing. Just looked at people like I was a zombie.
Mm. And so the last thing you remember is
And
being.
my cousin Gene, he came to see me and everything, and a lot of people came up there to see me. Man, I didn't know, and some people took pictures of me. And my brother, he got mad at her. He said, "Because why y'all taking pictures of my brother like that and this and that?" And certain thing people said I would die because I got ran over by a bulldozer, and a lot
Yeah,
of rumors and stuff were going on. He was getting mad because it
yeah,
wasn't true.
I'm
I
sure.
had friends and family come down from Maryland and all. I had my homeboy, his name is, today is his birthday, Kenneth Hudson. I call him Quay. Today his birthday and everything. And happy birthday, Quay. And he came from Massachusetts when he found out what happened to me.
Mm.
He flew all the way from Massachusetts, left his job to make sure that he was because me and him like brothers and everything, partners in crime, or whatever you want to say. So um,
You had
it
some good.
just
You had a strong support system. It sounds like.
yes, yes. It's not always good to be good to people, even though they be good bad to you.
Yeah. And so, You know you're under this bulldozer. That's kind of your last moment, and you're praying to God that you don't die.
Right.
And then that's kind of where the memory fades. Like after that, it just kind of fades.
Yep. After that, I thought he took me home.
Mm, wow.
No.
So the day that the doctors are now telling you what's going on, like, is this realistic for you hearing what happened? Is your memory fading in and out? That, oh, okay, I do recall.
Sometimes, right? I mean, like people might tell me something. If I don't leave it in my type of memo on my phone, or whatever, say, okay, I got you, like that. It'll go like that. Sometimes I have short term memory loss. Sometimes I have long term memory loss. Like I
Mm,
just said, I can't think of the guy's name right now. That I can see his face and everything.
mm,
I can't even think of the man there right now that was used to tell me that all the time.
mm. Wow. So at what point did the doctor start describing your condition to you? What are you feeling when your doctor's now describing your overall condition?
Oh,
When
I'm
you're hearing
critical
this, what are you feeling?
right now. I'm like basically critically. Like I can't do anything for real, for real. I mean, if I stand on my legs, my feet swells, my legs swells. I mean, it'd be so big, you'd be like the skin bust on my foot. If I could turn the camera around, you can see it. Hold on, I'll turn the phone around for a quick second. If you can see my foot, there's no
Yeah.
movement. I can't move my foot at all. And where that whole bust is at, the little peak little part
Mm-hmm.
of my foot,
Mm-hmm.
that's when my foot blew up.
Mm-hmm.
When it expands so long, it go.
Mm.
So I've been going to wound care for that, and right now I got to keep this brace on my leg so the expansion they got for my buttocks won't expand. That's why I
Okay.
got that brace on my leg right now.
So when did the accident occur?
October the 23rd, 2019.
19. Okay. Whew.
And and like when it happened, everybody like, oh, you gonna be rich, you gonna own that company, this and that. And so, I'm not thinking about no money. I'm trying to get well and stuff like that. And so, long story short, not to put my business out there, it was covered under workman's comp.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I know you want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Workman's comp do not pay pain and suffering.
Hmm.
So I wasn't compromised with the stuff that if one of the trucks from another company would have ran me over, like by being an employee of the same company, all I was basically getting is workman's comp. They pay my medical bills. They gave me like a prorated certain amount, like, okay, you got this much, you're this age, and your work spans for retirement will be this. We're gonna try to do this, blah 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 blah, and then you gotta get lawyers, which I had. They gotta get fees and all this other stuff like that. And
Mm.
once all that really taken care of, it's not worth what you've been through and what I'm still going through.
Yeah.
It's not worth it what they gave me.
Mm.
But look, one thing about it, I mean, God, He's been my provider and He's been making a way. So hey, that's why, I trust him,
Yeah.
That's why I trust him. That's why I trust him. My
I love your
Lord, my
spirit.
Savior.
I love your spirit in spite of it all. I'm gonna tell you.
Well, everybody tell me I got a nice spirit and stuff like that. And,
I've heard people that have
especially,
been
I
through
mean, a lot of
less.
churches I used to go to and stuff like that. But the church I attend now is Gravel Hill Baptist Church in Verina. Pastor Mr. McKenzie. That's the one thing I like about the churches not being like mega churches because there's he know me. You know what I'm saying?
More
He
personal.
know me. He come and see me. He talk to me, and the deacons they come and see you. It's like a family.
Yeah,
But when you
more
got
personal.
like a mega church or something like that, the pastor don't even know who he is. TD Jakes don't know them people. He don't know no people like that. So not saying put them out there like that, but
Right.
he don't know of people like a small community church. This an old fashioned church like back in the day when you can stomp your feet, clap your hands, and praise the Lord and like like I'm saying
Yeah, yeah.
the old time and then make your spirit, your heart, and you
The
you just
old
want to cry
hymns.
and say, thank you, Lord, hallelujah, Jesus, I love you. And I'm very emotional because he done done so much for me. You understand? I shouldn't be here right now today. Even though I go through all this crap, everything that, I've been through and I'm still going through. I mean, and at nighttime, I'm in the hospital by myself at 12 o'clock. And I done had a dream just recently, like, because of the medication. I look over in the corner by the window. There's somebody black playing a fiddler. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I'm looking like, because I know ain't nobody here. And so I look, and he said, "You up?" And I look, and he said, "Oh yeah, you up?" And this is true. And he said, "Where everybody at?" I said, "What? Where everybody at? Where all your friends? Where your homeboys? Where everybody you done been backwards, sacrifice your finances and this and that, blah, blah. Where they at?" He said, "Ha ha, ain't nobody but me. Me, I'm over here, old Snoopy." And he played one of those.
Mhm.
That's the music and stuff that I'm hearing, right, in this dream. And I'm like, I don't know what's going, because like I said, I had an operation, and doing operations, you can die. You know what I'm saying? The medicine and the complication in any moment, I still can. And when he was doing all that, and I like went to the word, I said, "Satan, get behind thee." Oh, that ain't gonna work. I'm here. You can't. And I said, "In the power and the name of Jesus Christ and the blood that he shed on my behalf and everyone behalf," I said, "Get away from me. I renounce you in his name. Leave me now." And he was still there for a second. And all of a sudden, I saw, this is true, a little light. I mean, this is the first time I'm saying, telling anybody. I saw a little light. The light got brighter, brighter. As the light got brighter, he was moving away.
Mhm.
And then the sun was up.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to, it might be the medication, I might have hallucinated. But when I looked again, the sun was up. Now, I guess that might have been a light, but I'm thinking it's the light of the Lord that blew him, that took him away from me. Because
Mhm.
I pray, that he got an angel on my foot and an angel by my head and two angels on the side. And when you go through certain things like that and you ask God certain things, trust me, he gonna show it to you. It
Mhm.
just, we gotta listen. We just gotta listen. And a lot of people really we go through days back and forth, paying bills, working, coming home, go to sleep, got children and all these other responsibilities and stuff like that that we gotta take care instead of take care of ourselves and stuff like that, or giving God praise. It's like we ignoring him. He don't want to be ignored. He wants to be acknowledged. He want people to let, hey, without me, you ain't had that job. You think you got that job on your own? You ain't get that for real. You know what I'm saying? Like my job, I didn't get that on my own. That was a blessing because when I got that job, it elevated me and it kept elevating. But then when he passed away, that man, when he passed away, it messed up the whole company because the other owners of it were, I'm gonna be real, were money hungry. They liquidated everything in there, and then they started firing people, not giving the proper, restitution for, like, okay, we about to close the company now, but we're gonna do this and this and that. And he had told me what he was gonna do for the company, and everything he was gonna do for the company was great because people were like, wow, he this man looking out. He gonna do this. You get so many months, service pay, and this and that. But the new owners, they didn't do all that. But they sold everything, and the two owners, I'm not gonna put them out there because I don't want them trying to sue me or something like that, whatever. But they sold basically everything, and they didn't even give some of the other partners their share. Like his wife, she didn't get any money that I know of besides his last paycheck, bonus check, and all that that I know about. I mean, I don't know what's going on now, but and now the company is bankrupt, and some other people that took over it. That's how they do. When you got money and lawyers, you say, "Well, how can I get out of that situation?" Because they was dead locked in a situation for 40 years. They take care of the landfill once it's shut down to make sure the maintenance and stuff. And they were older guys as well, so their lifespan really won't be that long as well. So they just got all they could get out of it, milked it, and then they just they filed bankruptcy and got out of it and left it on somebody else to take care of.
Wow.
But God deals with stuff like that when people do wrong. I mean, and I'm not like I said, I'm not gonna even talk about the president and stuff that he doing, and People take power and authority and they abuse it. And that's one thing about God. He can raise you up and he's showing up and raise you down.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, you might think you got all the money where money cannot save you.
Hmm.
And then when you're dead and gone, you're not gonna see the kind of money. Somebody that's left the money gonna do what they want to do with it, and everything you might have worked for, and they might just swallow it like the prodigal son. And
Hmm.
then when he's oh well, I messed up now,
And then what? Right.
and then what? Can I go back home? Can I do this? Or I'm gonna be accepted. But God, He will accept you. You can mess up, act up, and once you realize that who He is, and He got you. I know I'm talking about God a lot though.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with that at all. You should. You should. I mean,
After all I've
that's
been through, that's why I do.
an amazing story, and to be here to still tell it, is amazing all within itself.
Yes, ma'am.
I do got a few questions for you though.
Come on.
Um, so I'm gonna ask you, what did you lose in surgery that can't be fixed?
The ability to move my foot. Um, what else? Basically, the ability to use my foot.
Okay.
And I mean, I couldn't sit down right because this is why I'm having an operation now. I'm getting reconstruction, a flap for my butt. And that's the procedure they doing now. So I didn't have no hind parts. It was just flat back there. And what else? I can't do all the stuff I used to do. I can't play soccer. I can't really lift weights and stuff like that like I used to work out.
Mm,
Um, I can't walk to a long distance. My breathing gets cut short sometimes,
mm.
and just the pain itself.
The pain, yeah.
Because I got a limp, because like I said, one leg is higher than the other, and by me compensating walking on my right side, that's starting to hurt.
That's animal pressure.
Right, because I'm in pressure on my right side, it's trying to make up for the left side.
Hmm. So, do you often feel like, and I feel like I shouldn't even ask this question, is hearing how high spirited you are, um, how strong your faith is, but do you recall having moments where you felt like you surviving was a burden?
Yes. Oh, there are plenty of days I'll be like, just and then everybody they come back to me like you said you a man of God. You got strong faith. You believe this. You believe it. He brought you through this. He brought you through that, and this and that, and all this good stuff that you telling people that he done for you. But I'm human.
Right.
They are my dark moments. I have dark moments. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. I have dark moments, just like in pastors and stuff like that. We all human. You
Mhm.
can't judge a person because one bad deed and that's all you remember. Like Monica Lewinsky, we all know what she did, and she might have went and saved 15 kids, but they'll remember that situation. You know what I'm saying?
But it
OJ
sounds,
was a good
so,
player, football player, and then they that's all you know.
but it sounds like because your faith is so strong, people don't allow you a moment of weakness.
No, they do not.
Mm,
And one of my friends, they be like, "Look at my ass. Look at me. Who are you? You know what I mean?
mm,
You this, you're a man of God. God got his hands on you here for a reason. You're a miracle and act like it."
yeah.
So then I'd be like, I apologize to the Lord when I'm by myself, but he understands. Jesus went through everything that I'm going through in a certain way. But so if he went through it, why can't I?
Mm-hmm.
And like when I was talking to one of I think the deacons.
Mm-hmm.
His name Ted Dixon. That's it, Ted Dixon. And he told me, he said, "Man, you need to tell your story, man. You need to do this." And a guy like Gene, he be telling, "Man, you need to write a book. I know people that can help you write your book and story, but I really don't know how to begin, stuff like that, Even though I got all this time on my hand and these some of the first my mom passed away. So I really haven't had a chance to grieve and mourn, you know what I mean?
Mm,
And January 21st will be her birthday. So I hope I'm not in here. And that's going to be the first birthday. And if I'm in the hospital, I'm going to be feeling some type of way that I can't even go to the grave site and put graves or let balloons loose and stuff like that. A lot of stuff like that, it really hurts.
yeah, I'm sure.
It really hurts. And I know they be like, that man crying. I'm
There's
real.
nothing wrong with that.
I mean, if you're afraid to cry and let your emotion be seen, then hey, Jesus said, if you be ashamed of him, he gonna be ashamed of you. So I'm gonna let everybody know I know him. I don't want no rock saying hallelujah, hallelujah. When I got a good mouth and tongue that I can say it, he gave my
Right.
voice back.
That's right.
Hallelujah, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Praise your name.
And we're gonna believe that you will be out of the hospital. I'm
Yes,
gonna
I know I
say
am.
that you'll
It's
be
just
able
another
to.
testimony. Just another testimony.
But I do agree that you should write a book, and I'll
Well,
message.
if somebody can help me, then I'll do that.
I'll message you offline.
Anybody out there that know how to write books and stuff like that or whatever, get with me. The Miss Reason, we can work something out.
Yeah, look forward to some information offline for sure. I'm gonna make a few. I'm gonna say a few statements in a sentence, right? And what I want you to do is finish the sentence. Okay. Okay. So being a man stop meaning strength and start meaning what?
Say that again.
Being a man stop
Right.
meaning strength, but meaning what?
A man stop being strength.
Mm-hmm. You know, men are known as strength. Like that's what we were just talking about. You gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. That's kind of how men are viewed. Like you don't have a moment of weakness,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. I had plenty of moments of weakness.
So
Yes.
the sentence goes: being a man stop meaning strength,
Uh huh.
but it starts meaning what? What does being a man mean to you now?
Well, being a
Besides,
man right now is just being, responsible for your needs, and for other people's needs. Like when my mom, I took care of her basically, even though I have an operation one day, and 2 days later, or not even 2 days later, I'm brushing her to doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Um, I be like bleeding sometimes from wounds and stuff like that. And when I see her doctor, I be like, listen. Can you check this bandage real quick? And because I think I'm leaking,
wow,
and by favor of God, they're not supposed to do that. But they did change it or whatever, or say, well, they'll give me the stuff that you go in the bathroom and then I'll check on you. Because legally they're not supposed to, work on me. So like I said, it's God's favor that he has on me.
mm, wow,
Everything that turned like upside down, he flips it right back
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, right side up. I'm gonna give you another sentence.
Okay.
I used to measure my worth by what I could do, but now I measure my worth by
I measure my work now by, I try to look out for others. I put myself on the back burner and try my best to look out for others. I'm trying to be the man that, if I see somebody in need, then and I can help them, I'm gonna help them out.
mm-hmm,
And my worth is like I'm here to do God's work right now. I mean,
yeah,
I might not seem like it to some people, but when I can, I let them know because y'all can be going in the hospital. I can be like, I'm not in the hospital like Walmart and so, and I walk around my boot on. They be like, "Oh, we got matching boots," and they're like, "Yeah, the great boots, the camo boots." And they're like, "What happened to you?" And I said, "Well, I got ran up by bulldogs." They like, "What?" Like. And they were like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Look," and me being the dramatic person I said, "Look, I ain't got no butt either. See, this is all pad back there." So and they be like, people will be around like, "Stop showing your butt to people and stuff like that." And and I'll show you a scar and everything. You know, I'm real. I did. This happened to me for real. And
wow,
they be like, "You a miracle." I said, "Yes, God is still here doing miracles, and I'm here living proof to show it."
yes,
So
yes,
he using my voice right now. He using me.
yeah,
So people
absolutely,
that out there can hear it.
absolutely.
But I'm not
So,
perfect though.
right, none of us are. Do you what do you think one of the hardest things about asking needing help from people?
When they tell me no, and I done so much for them. And then there's certain people I know that already know the answer, so I
Exactly.
don't even ask them. And then they were like, "Well, why you ain't call me? Or why you ain't this?" Because I know if I ask you, "Oh, I can't get off work. I gotta do this. I gotta do that." Blah blah. Not saying I understand. If you got it, but I would if I ain't had nothing to do or whatever, or even if I had certain things to do, like the doctor said, keep your butt in bed for like 15 days, don't go nowhere, and somebody needed something or whatever. I made a way for them.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of people I can name, but I'm not gonna name them.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. You mentioned, and that was actually gonna be one of my questions. Did you um, start having nightmares? Because a lot of times, from my research, I understand that traumatic accidents as yours can trigger nightmares. Not
Yeah.
just hallucination, but actual, nightmares that keep you up because of PTSD and things of that nature. So, do you remember when you realized that you needed not just help physically, but also help mentally? When did you
Well,
realize something else was going
well,
on?
I didn't really want to do that, but my caseworker, Miss Connie, um, she's like a mother to me too. I mean, this lady was there, and she didn't even retire to, my case and everything got closed. And I go to her house sometimes and eat, and we go out sometimes for lunch. We had done a lot of stuff that and she put me in connection with a good pain management doctor, a good psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everybody that because she was doing the job for so many years and she knew the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And so if she didn't think they were good, and one time I was in a hospital, right? They had put me in a room with somebody else, and she came in and she was like, "Why is he in a room with somebody else?" And they said, "Well, there's no better." She said, "Either that man need to go, or y'all need to find somewhere for him to be put in." And that's what I'm like, well, wow, they doing that for me, little me, you know what I'm saying? Who am I for somebody that's gonna, make my comfortability and stuff like that and privacy more than, somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how they say, like, when you go to a table, sit at the end of the table, and until somebody invites you to become closer to the top of the table. So I humble myself as much as I can, and if I be elevated, then hey, that's a blessing. If not, I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Right. So she recommended that you go see the psychiatrist, was it?
Yeah, and my psychiatrist is Dr. Wells
Okay.
from Stony Point.
Okay. And so you mentioned, which was also one of my questions, you mentioned certain sounds kind of trigger
Right.
something in you. So seeing a psychiatrist, did they help you to deal with that?
Well,
Or
yeah,
was
because I mean, they helped me a lot and stuff like that. Because like, she was faith. She's deep in her faith as well, and she be like, well, if that's what I believe that's what's holding you. Because she said you all have a beautiful smile, you strong willed, and people that been through worse, I mean, less than what you are, they cry like a baby. You know what I'm saying? They said they complain about this, they complain about that, and everything. But she said all the stuff that you've been through, and for you to just be like, hey, you know, everything's all right.
Mhm. Mm. So how does PTSD show up when no one is watching?
All right, like when I'm in the hospital, the first time I was in the hospital, they got this machine, the X-ray machine, right? It's a
Mhm.
mobile X-ray, and the noise that it made, and I was like, "What the hell?" It's almost sound like a bulldozer to me, and so I was like, get all like nervous, and one time I wet myself because it scared me that bad, and I'm letting y'all know, yeah, that's what happened. And then it was every time I hear it, I'll jump or like trying to see what the heck's going on.
Mhm.
And so I tell people sometimes the doggone X-ray machine, the mobile X-ray machine, I do not like it.
Mhm. No, and
take me take
I did
take me
research.
to the
It
X-ray
mentioned
room.
it mentioned things like that being rather triggering when I was doing my research. Different machineries in hospitals, um, different construction sites, different some of the crossing signs could kind of trigger something. The
Yes,
light
ma'am.
flashing or hearing
Oh
bulldozers
yeah.
back up and things like that could be very triggering for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. I got a few more before we jump off. Do you feel like your nightmares have increased or decreased?
Well, since I've been on this medication, I've been having a lot more because I've been sleeping more. The medicine, the oxys, and all that stuff that they give me, it puts me to sleep. And then there's pain meds they give me. I mean, I'm not pain med, but antibiotics that put you to sleep and stuff like. And I believe a combination of all that stuff, it just messes you up.
Hmm.
One day I came out the hospital after my birthday because I went up to the hospital December 19th, the day after my birthday, because I was in so much pain that
Mhm.
and when I got home I couldn't do nothing. I was like a zombie. I'd only just sat on a chair or the couch and just or in the bed and slept. I couldn't eat, and right now my appetite is not the same. I might eat a few little things and that's be it.
Mm.
But then having this operation right now, it lets you know it takes your manhood away from you because you can't wipe your own butt. You can't do this. You can't do that because if I try to wipe, I might rip the doggone stuff off, and then I got strange people all up in me and doing stuff like that, and I just had to grin and bear it, you know.
Mm. Yeah, you touched on a lot of my questions too. Yeah, because that was one of them. Do you feel that this whole procedure has somewhat challenged your masculinity in a certain?
Yeah. I mean, every morning about and during the weekday, about 5 and 6 o'clock, they come in and roll over. So I gotta roll over. They pulling my butt cheeks apart and all that stuff, looking and cleaning it and all that stuff like that. And then when I look at it, I see all the bloody rags and stuff like that. And I'd be like, what the world is going on? And right now they say it's healing a little bit better. But I still every morning they come in check and they give me 3 o'clock in the morning, they'll come in here and want to draw blood like 2 or 3 times a day because I got allergy problems from the medication and stuff like that. And I break out in hives like right here. You can see the blisters on my arm. Hold on. I had blisters like this all over my body,
Mm.
and it burns and it hurts. I mean, it's like it's like if you rub your skin hard, like just rubbing, and then you rub the skin off into the meat. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it burns, and you can't like if anything touches, it's like imagine having that all over your body, your hands and everything.
Mm.
I had to stick my hand be so swollen and pus and blistered. I had to put it in cold water just to feel the relief.
Mm. Bless you to still be here and bold enough to share your story, and vulnerable enough to,
Yeah,
to show different aspects of it. That's just a whole nother level of courage. I
and
do that.
and after my accident, there was a actor, the guy that played on Avengers. He got ran over by a snowmobile, a snowplow.
Mm.
Remember, I forgot his name, but he played in that movie, like Sheriff or County or something like that. I don't know his name, but
Oh, the guy on Mayor of I watched.
Jamestown or something,
Yes.
Kingstown, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
did.
don't
I
know
did
the.
hear him share his story on Breakfast Club.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know exactly what he did, but he probably won't be the only person that came close to what I done been through.
Hmm. Wow, God has kept you.
Yeah, he got his hands
You
on
were,
me.
I'm sure you were going through stages of depression, right?
I do.
Do you call pulling back from people that wanted to be there because just because of just the level of stage of depression?
It's like this. I lash it out more on people I know, or people I love and stuff like
It's
that.
always the closest ones to us.
Yeah, and I mean, then I'd like try to apologize. And I say, well, would you accept that apology after you didn't talk to me that way or say this and that? And I feel so bad, and I be praying God for my forgiveness. That first of all, I sinned against him because that's one of his children, and I shouldn't have been there. But when you go through certain things, it's the first thing you want to. You just gotta have some type of relief.
Yeah, and reacting and lashing out is a relief.
Yeah.
It is a relief. What relationship changed the most for you?
Um, doing things I used to do, like up like lifting weights.
No, I mean a relationship. Maybe a relationship with someone that drastically changed because of the incident that
Um,
affected the most.
what do you mean like I'm in a relationship or something like that? And
I
I
mean,
start.
it could be mom, it could be wife, it could be a cousin that sometimes just as you mentioned, because you react to the ones that's closest to you, that's who you lash out on. So was there a relationship that was greatly affected because of your accident.
In
But
a way, I mean,
they let
I can't really,
out.
yeah. See, I can't really speak on nobody how they feel for real, but I know how I would have felt if somebody,
Somebody
talked
did.
to me that way, and that's why I try to ask for forgiveness, and tell charge it to my head, not my heart. It's just I'm in pain or I'm going through something,
Yeah.
and I mean, and they're the ones that are there.
Right.
So by them being there, and it's just, I snap.
Yeah. Is it something that you maybe you can relate tonight? Something that you wish people knew about what you're going through emotionally and spiritually that may help them understand. I mean,
Well,
anything, some.
well, emotionally is um you got to have a strong will.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things, and a faith. You got to have a strong will, faith, and without that, if you don't have nothing to look forward to or hope, you know what I'm saying. If you don't have none of those faith, hope, love in your heart, and a forgiveness heart too, and to forgive yourself. I
Right.
mean, you got to forgive yourself first. And then once you do that, then you can help other people and and do the things that need to be done. But I try to just do right, and as soon as I do wrong, I try my best to make up for it. Like some of the nurses here, that I might have fussed at them and everything or whatever and been nasty. You can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning after you just woke up and they want to stick a doggone needle and draw blood from you, and then they miss the vein 2 and 3 times and gotta get somebody else to come, or they gotta get a vein machine to find veins in your arm. And I'm like, sometimes let me stick my doggone self because I done seen it done so many times, and there's a vein right here, and then they get mad and something and like, oh, I just stab you, you know what I'm saying? That's how I think. Or they'll put some in my food, my drink. So that's why I try not to be nasty.
Yeah.
And then once I get myself back together, I'll tell them, hey, you know what? You get a gift card. You get a gift card. You get a gift card. You get a card. You get it. You did good. Please forgive me. And they laugh and smile and everything because that's me. I'm
Yeah.
humorous. I'm full of joy, and that's Darnell. But
Yeah.
when I'm in, and I try not to let people see me in my weakness. And when I was also going back to asthma, having asthma, you can't breathe, suffering and gasping for air, and my grandma, she had an old Impala. My mom, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and she used to call my grandma sis. She said, sis, we need to go to Fort Lee. So she getting up out of her bed, bring her car over there. She get wrapped up in everything, and she be looking at me like, but with love and everything, come on, let's go. And they be waiting they been in the waiting hall area and stuff like that, and come in, check on me, rub my head and everything, and family.
Yeah. You gotta love them. You gotta appreciate them. I got two final questions for you, Ma. Before I get to this second to the last question, so did you know the gentleman that drove the bulldozers? You know him personally, besides just
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's my buddy. I mean, he's still my buddy. We Facebook friends. Him and
Okay.
his wife came to see me and everything, and he broke down and cried, and I still to this day don't blame him because I don't really know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Only him and God know what happened. Some people say he was on the phone. I don't believe that, or I don't know. Some people just, he was doing his job, trying to move the trash out of the way, and that's all it was. If the other truck drivers wasn't dumping trash in a restricted area, then I don't think it would have happened.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I don't need to ask the question because I was going to ask. I just didn't know, right? And I just wanted to know whether it was a situation where you had to forgive him.
Me and the guy brother had a little episode because he said that I was lying on him and everything like that. But I never lied on nobody. What they did, I'm going by what somebody told me because I wasn't. I didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
I don't know what he was doing. All I know, I was under a bulldozer. That's all I know. So I can't say you was on the phone. I didn't see you on the phone, so I don't know that you did this or you didn't. I don't know. So I never blamed him for anything like that.
Right.
And like I said, to this day, we still talk and everything. Him and his wife came to see me. He also had to go to therapy, and he quit that job because they didn't fire me because I didn't want him to get fired. and he quit the job because he said he couldn't do it no more.
Mm.
So where he working now is an area that there's no people around, and he working still do little machinery operating and stuff like that, and he's working still to provide for his family.
Well, that's good to hear. That you guys have reconciled and both getting help for the incident. So my final question would be, if you were given an opportunity to have a conversation with yourself the morning of, what would that conversation have been like?
Don't go to work. Call out. But this is another thing before I close. Right,
Okay.
when you ask God to like say, God, what's going to happen in the future? Show me what's going to happen. And I believe that was some of my dreams I be having too, right? But I don't really remember it all. You
Mm.
don't want to see what's going to happen in your future
Yeah. Yeah.
because you can't handle that.
At all.
And then you be trying to change it, and then you like say like the day October the 23rd, I knew that I was gonna get ran over bulldozer, and there was nothing I can do to stop that. Or if I tried to stop that, then something else worse could have happened. It's almost like that final destination thing.
That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it will happen. It happened. So he's God's in charge. So we just gotta rely on him and rely on him for our strength. And what happened gonna happen.
Well, God bless you as He has thus far. I mean, you have an uplifting spirit as you're still in the midst of it all. That's phenomenal, all within itself. Like I said, I've known people to go through less and just unable to deal with it. They can't cope with it. No matter how
Yeah.
long they go, they just can't cope with it. So God definitely got His hands on you. Again, I said it for the third time. I definitely think you should write a book for sure.
If I
And
get somebody to help me, I will.
yeah, I definitely think that that would be a great read. And I'm sure that there is more in store for you and
Right.
what God has to do with you. Yeah.
Oh, the treat the oh man, like you got a thing on there where I was going to therapy.
It was emotional watching.
It's just oh man, they trying to make me walk. They trying to make me do stuff, and
I'm
mm.
sure it was time you just wanted to give up, right?
A lot, a lot of times just like then people be like, come on now, come on, babe, you can do this, you got this, or come on now, listen, look at my face, look at my eyes, or certain things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. I'm not gonna let you, talk about God, how good he is, and now you just giving up, So I think the people who are all in my life and stuff like I got a pastor that her name is Apostle Sharon Spratley. She prayed over me all the time, through the Norton oil. Satan, you can't touch my son and all this stuff like that. And, you know, I give her praise to her and her husband, Sharon Spratley, And there's so many people that faith down that, they've been in my life and, helping me out with it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, some people give me monetary, offerings and, blessings and stuff like that, just because, they know how certain things are.
Right. I did skip a question. I'm sorry, this cough is getting to me. So in the beginning, they didn't. So there was no way of knowing how many surgeries you were going to get. Right. That's not something you knew. It just continued. This just continued to happen. How often do you find yourself in surgery?
When it first happened, it was like the whole month almost, and then
Mm.
some. Every day I was going into surgery,
Mm.
or they had to get time for me to, recover from one surgery. But as soon as I recovered or whatever, I was in another one,
Another one.
and
Mm.
another one, and another one. Like DJ Khaled, and another one.
You gotta love your spirit, man. I'm telling
And
you, you gotta
another
love your
one.
spirit.
DJ Donnie D. And another one. I went through another surgery. I went through spinal taps. I've been through nerve and intercept procedures. I've been through some things that just got, approved by the FDA. And,
Mm.
I've
Wow.
been, yeah, I've been pinched, poked, cut, you name it.
Mm. 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 Your strength is amazing. I, um, Yeah, I can't imagine, so I won't act like I can.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
what I really want to do for real, I want to like have like like go to like come back to the hospitals and people that going through some similar or just going through something and especially when you in here at nighttime. I would like to come at midnight, like during the nighttime when people by themselves and
Hmm.
they don't feel like you can make it or because when you're by yourself at nighttime and you hear the thing of beep 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 and then you put your arm the wrong way and they go beep 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 and you don't know what the heck going on and it's just a little things that can really trigger reactions.
So it sounds like counseling.
Yeah, something like that, go through it, but then I gotta go back to school for all that. But I don't really want to
Well,
do all
nowadays
that.
you probably don't. You never know. Nowadays it's probably something you could do online
Right,
quick. It's probably something you can do online that's pretty quick.
right,
It's one thing if you're trying to do it in schools. It all depends on where you're trying to, you know,
right,
counsel and who you're
right.
trying to counsel. But
Because those are people that really need. It's like when you in the hospital. Like I don't know if you ever been to the hospital, and then for anything, and then everybody say, "Okay, well we leaving. All right, bye." And then you tired of watching TV, and you just in a dark room, and like I said, beep 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 and stuff like that. And then when you fall asleep, the mind drifts off and thinks crazy things, especially on medication.
I think you definitely should look into the counseling online. But I'm not gonna hold you no long. I can do this all night with you. Your spirit is amazing, in spite of your condition. Um, keep fighting the good fight of faith. Um, I will be looking out for everything that you're doing, and I hope this is not your last time telling your story.
No, it's not. I tell everybody. Trust me. They be like,
Yeah, I
"Oh
think
Lord."
that.
When then people start talking to me, whoever I'm with, they be like, "It's gonna be a minute."
Yeah, I think that this should be.
Cause I be wide open. I let them know everything. I mean, I don't cut no. I'll show stuff and pictures. I said, "Look at this picture right here. This is what my foot look like. This is what my butt look like.
Right,
This is
right,
and people that real close to me. I know they get tired of me sending pictures. They be like, "Why is he sending me this? Why he showing me this?
right.
And good that when they wake up in the morning, open a text from like, he did it again.
Do it again. Well, God bless
But
you, man, and everything that you put your hands to. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you trusting me to share your story. Stay tuned. I will be circling back. Maybe we could do this again in a year or
hey,
something like that.
another one and
Uh,
another one and another
I
one.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much. God bless
Go
you.
Angel. Go Angel.
Thank you, wifey, for all your help this evening. We appreciate you guys joining us. And I do got some plugs. So if anybody looks for any real estate properties in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, you can reach out to me. That's Davis Development Group. If anybody looks for any leasing or rental properties, whether it's short term or long term, that's AirDDG. You can reach out to me. Anybody look for any electrical service, whether it be residential or commercial, we have an electrical contracting company that is Sendell Systems. Anybody look for any urban apparel, being Power Clothing by 17-year-old son, you can reach out to me for that. I thank you guys for all your time and your patience. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's talk about April. Peace to you and God bless you.
Thank you, Miss April.
Thank you. Peace.
Yes.